It's now later. It's now later in the day. Agita's there, and both the babies are there. And I just spent the day at home working on journal entries and a bit of writing and stuff like that. And now I'm just reading on the bed. One of the babies just got up. But anyway, nice family time, summer family time at home with the kids. Bye for now. Good morning, everybody. It's Halloween. Happy Samhain to everyone from my kids. Obviously, 2 black cats there, and one mostly black and very unfriendly cat here. Definitely a scary cat, especially at the vets. There you get Agita there. Now, pull was very, 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 very strong again today. I came that close, but I didn't, And, it's Halloween. It's a special occasion for our family because, there's the whole, black cat thing. And I can't be, I can't be going out to slither and do vast amounts of what. I can't do it, So I came so close. But I'm like, no, I'm with a lot of difficulty, Mainly thanks to the pushes, the kids, obviously, and then, podcasts and wanting to publish and, how upset my friends get when I binge and stuff like that, The pushes out. Look, again, the cat hair is getting thinner and thinner, but the pushes still outweighed the pulls. I think I'm clear for the day. I think so. It was tough. But, it's about 12:30. So now I'm thinking I'll just make a morning journal entry. I'll try to do a little bit of writing. And then I might go out for a lunch. And I think last year I went to Spoon and Fork for all you can eat, sushi, as Halloween lunch. And I said I want to make that a tradition. So maybe we'll try to do that if I can get my writing done in time. And if not, I'll go somewhere else for lunch, and I'll just stay clear, day by day. It's going to be very tough. It's doable. Look at that. If those are, look at them. And Agita there. Being Agita, of course. She growled and hissed a bit at her baby brothers in the morning, but that's normal. And she did. She finished off the sweetheart. If I pet you, you start trying to bite me. She's got mats, but she won't let me brush them. She's got a lot of mats. We got the right kind of comb and everything too. And I try, and then she snarls, and then she's not happy. Yes, even this is like, you want to be petted, and then I pet you, and you go rah. Happy Halloween, sweetie. Happy Halloween, sweetie. Happy Halloween, sweetie. Okay, I'm staying clear today, sweeties. I've promised it. So, if I promised it, I promised it. So, I'm going to do it. Happy Halloween, everyone. Bye for now. Hello, everybody. I'm here at Spoon and Fork, my favorite at Topico, and I am having a beer, considering the struggles and how tough it's been. A beer with, and it's a big beer. A beer with all of the food will be fine. There's places I can shop. My favorite warehouse is there, so I can go look at some clothes and things, and then, sober up. Yeah, I don't have more than 2 beers under any circumstances anyway. Probably just the one. But given how tough it's been, I think it's okay. I'll have that. And it's with all the food. And so, dynamite roll. No, this is a green dragon. That's coconut shrimp. That's tom yum soup, I think. That's lemongrass soup. That's mango salad, calamari, and gyoza. This is my appetizers. Anyway, bye for now. Okay, we got rice, shrimp, South Thai fried rice. Those are both shrimp dumplings, 2 different types. Salmon teriyaki, and shrimp spring roll. I'm still working on the same beer. I might not even need another because we're almost at the last call. So I'll just end up probably getting dessert. Bye for now. Hello everybody, I'm on the bus heading to town. Had a good night with the kids, good morning with the kid, and decided I might as well just go out for a bit of lunch and maybe art gallery. We'll see. So just to get out of the house a bit. So now there were pulls yesterday, but the booze kind of, and the food. There's a lot of food and 2 beers. Kind of helped take the edge off for a little bit. And then once I got back to the kids, it was okay, sobered up, and I was fine. And even I wasn't really drunk. I mean, it's 2 beers and a lot of food over time. But like I said, I'm more sensitive to the booze these days, and it's not a good high either. It's just kind of makes me nauseous and kind of woozy, But anyway, so. That was yesterday, and then today, and then I had to do all kinds of stuff again with Rogers. I'm not going to go into it, but it was a long story. It still wasn't over. So I had to do power of attorney, and I had to do this, and I had to talk to this person and that person, and change that name on that thing, because that account, I returned the modem, but it was not under the right name. It was like, but they couldn't tell me anything because the internet, the cable account was in my mother's name, so I had to do. And I thought we had changed all of that. I thought it was out of the way, but then I had to do all. It took hours. It kept me busy, I guess. But hopefully the Rogers thing is finally done. So anyway, now heading to town. Bye for now. Here I am at Little India, downtown Toronto on Queen Street, and I'm having the thali lunch, and I just had a pakora, a vegetable pakora. That's palak paneer, and that's dal, and that's rice, and that's naan. And I am having a beer. At this point, one of the 2 beers with lunches, and particularly when I'm not driving. I'm not driving today, so I took the bus. And I'm planning from here to go maybe see a movie. And last night, stayed in with the kids. The booze wore off. I mean, it was the 2 beers spread out over time, but it was still, was a lot of food. But, I just really don't like the effect of this stuff. But it does take a little bit of the buzz off, a little bit of the edge off the, cravings when they're very, very strong. Which they were yesterday, but it's okay. I mean, I got home and I had to deal with another Rogers crisis. Long story. Thought I had everything sorted and everything in mind. Leaving, he bought some green chilies, which helped, and a second beer. So this is going to be my final beer here, and I might try to get the cinema if I go to see a movie. We'll see. Just sitting there, I can have another cider or something like that, and then I can I'll sober up while I'm watching the movie, and then I have to take the bus. Anyway, I'm not driving. Here I am at the cinema, and once again, it seems I'm the customer, at least so far. And I'm having popcorn. I'm having a cider, and I get some on points. And the only customer, dumb money. It sounds kind of dumb, but it's okay. I just want to pass time and have my cider and my popcorn, and then I'll take the bus back. Bye for now. Hello, everybody. It's now the next day. Agita's there, and one of the babies is there, and the other baby is there. And last night I came back home. I don't know if I actually taped, but I was still feeling queasy from the booze. As I said, it slightly takes the edge off, but it's temporary. And then I don't like the after effect, and I don't like I just don't like the feeling of it. Don't really like the taste all that much either. So I mean, the plan is to try to have. I don't think I need that control burn. Hopefully today. But we'll see how it goes. So, I had a very good night with the kids. Baby's in the bed, Agita nearby as usual, and got up, fed the kids, and I have to go run an errand in Mississauga for my parents, and then I have to, I'll get lunch, get some takeout, some nice ice cream there, and then come back to the kids. And pull is very slightly less today, so I hesitate to even say that. But be nice to have a drive and and a lunch, and then back to the kids. So that's what's happening, and I'm doing laundry, so I've got some clean clothes. So that's what's happening. Bye for now. And kind of a weird dream, but I won't talk about it here. Anyway, bye for now. Hello everybody, I'm here at a place in Mississauga. I've been here before. I got the shrimp biryani. Now the shrimps are a little small, but that's fine. You know, the taste is very good. You know, there's a lot of the little shrimps, and I quite like it. And then I also got a chicken kebab roll because I really like chicken kebab naan rolls and the way they put the stuff in it and everything. I really like that. So I'm having half the roll now, some of the biryani. Whatever's left, I'll save it for later. I can eat it at home. The food here is very good, you know, and that's the raita, that's green chili. And
Would you like to have anything else?
And I'm good for now, thank you. Perfect, thank you. Yeah, and the service is quite good too, you know. So I'm going to have this whatever I can eat, and then the rest I'll have it packed up. And I'm going to go, you know, PetSmart nearby, and then afterwards I'm going for the ice cream. But there's a gentleman that you know that I met, a friend of my father is at an errand, and he's going to meet me for ice cream. So I'm like, sure. It's like I'm going to be there anyway. He hasn't tried it, so I'm like going, yeah, try it. You know. So anyway, I'll kind of socialize a little bit, but it's okay. Anyway, bye for now. Hello, everybody. It's the next day. And I spent a good evening and night at home with the kids in the morning, but it was maximum pull. You know, it's like 11 out of 10. So I actually don't know how I'm still actually clear, but I may just squeak through it. How much longer I can keep it up, I don't know, but you know, I did make it. So the water was off in the day, came back later in the afternoon, and I ended up coming here because they have lunch till 4:30. I got here at exactly 4:30. And then he goes, so no, lunch ends at 4:30. So I looked at the regular price of the evening bento box, and it's like $3 more. But you get a lot more stuff. You get 2 shrimps instead of 1. You get 8 pieces of sushi, a California roll instead of 3. You get 2 gyoza, and he brought 2 beef gyoza. But I said I don't eat beef, so they brought me the vegetarian one. It was nice of them. So there's a lot of food, and I'm like going, given how hard this battle has been, and how much food I'm having to it, and I've parked here. I bought a token till 6, but then the car is good after 6. You don't have to buy a token. So this is an okay area to just kind of walk around in. There's a Tim Hortons over there, so I might have another beer. Then I can eat leisurely and go go to Tim Hortons and then walk around a bit and then come back to the car and then maybe head to the PetSmart. So, but you know, not more than 2 beers, and spread out over a lot of time with a lot of food. It should be okay. Anyway, and then walking afterwards. Bye for now. I'm really hoping it takes a little bit of the edge off of this. This has been absolutely, you know, it's been harrowing. Anyone who has not been through the strongest cravings won't quite get this. You know. Anyway, bye for now. Hello, everybody. We've got the 2 babies here, and we've got Agita there, sitting in her travel case. You know. And, you know, that she hasn't sat in this for quite a while. And a little while ago, she kind of, see that? She tried to hit her brother just when he was passing by. And earlier, one of the brothers was hiding under the chair in the living room, and she went and she tried to hit him. You know, so as I keep saying, Agita and myself are the 2 unfriendly members of the family, and these 2 are the social friendly ones. You know, well, social meaning, you know, they want to play with the sister, but they want to play with they try to play with the sister and they get hit. Now, they get hissed at, you know, they get a paw like that, you know. So, you know, now Agita has come out. She knows that I'm talking about her, and she's going to go chase her brother probably. So, the other thing is, I don't think I have taped in a day or 2. The last one was, I think, Friday. And I said the pulls were very, very, very strong, but I made it. And I went out to PetSmart. I went out to sushi, had a couple of beers, walked around, and then went to PetSmart. And that's where I bought $100 worth of cat food, but I didn't get my points, you know, because I hadn't activated the offer. So I called them on Saturday, and I had to talk to somebody like in the States, and she was with a strong Southern accent, and she was going, "Well, you can't get the points unless you activate online first." But she said it's supposed to be a one-time deal, but since you didn't activate, if you spend another $100 before Tuesday, you'll get $20 of points. Now, $20 of points isn't that big a deal, but it's always nice to have points. We've got lots and lots. I got a big bag of that. Not just that, I've got a big bag of the cat dye. And we've got lots of pouches, but we can get more pouches. They like these sticky ones and cans, and we can get some toys. The news is yesterday the pools were slightly better. I stayed in with the kids, slightly better, and I did quite a bit of writing. The details. And when the pulls are really high, I go, I might as well write what I'm going through, it can't really increase the cravings any more than they already are. So I wrote some of the thoughts and some of the, and I've got all the details anyway, the daily details that were in journal entries. So I can cut and paste some of that stuff and, add a narrative and a discussion and, thoughts and, things from the past that have been occurring to me and stuff like that. So I did all of that, like, quite a bit, like 12 pages of writing. And then I just stayed in with the kids, and the pool was there, but it was manageable. I'd done the writing, even though I'd written out some details. At that point, it didn't really increase the cravings. I had a very nice night with the kids. Tried to read, couldn't get into it, really. I've got so many books, but it just has to be the right level. And right now, even Dune isn't quite working for me. So I tried to read a contemporary, fiction. Couldn't quite get into it. Read a bit. And spent time with the kids on the bed, babies on the bed, Agita nearby, all of that. Had a very good night. Morning, pulls maximum. 11 out of 10. There's an old joke about that from a movie. This is Spinal Tap. Older. I have no viewers, so I'm not even going to. I think the one person who actually watches these will get the reference. So and I get I think 22 views per. But I think most people don't really watch all of them. They'll somebody stumbles onto it, will watch 30 seconds and then go away. But then I do these for myself. I don't do these real. I mean, I don't do these for others. I do these for myself. As my out of province friend said, this is kind of survival for me. This is one of my pushes. But the pulls have been the highest level possible, 11 out of 10. And I've been struggling all day. The plan was to get up, go out and have brunch, go to PetSmart, do the $100 worth of shopping, come back, tape a synopsis of the week, spend some time with the kids, and edit and post. And usually Sundays are pretty good for me because I can do that and the pull is a bit less. Today, the pull was maximum from the time I got up, from a little bit after I got up, after I fed the kids. It was absolute maximum. So I did check, and I'm not going to go into details. I hold these back in podcasts just because it's it's personal stuff and it's and it's stuff I'd rather not go into. But there are the ways in which one can find stuff online and do stuff like that. So I did check, but I didn't make arrangements. Let's put it that way. I came that close, that close, but did not make arrangements. I came very, very close, but then I battled as hard as I could, and I thought about all the pushes and the kids here, and they know that I'm struggling. They know, 100%. So in the end, I made it, but it took all day, It took 3 o'clock, So I've missed brunch, but I'm going to go out now for a late lunch. So instead of slithering in and stuff, it's going to be late lunch, and take out for later food, which is another one of my pushes, of course. And then I'll go to the PetSmart, and then I will come back and I'll edit and post. So, and I'm also thinking today, the last few binges, I wasn't picking a tarot. I was only picking tarot cards after a binge, but it's been 13 weeks now. So, and I was so close, but I'm clear. I think I might pick a tarot card today, just to see, try to pick one, before actually binging, see what the cards are saying. And the last 2 or 3 have been quite significant. We had the High Priestess, the Hierophant, we had Star. I think that was the last one. So let's see what the cards say today, when I'm just at this kind of right at the edge, like dangling over the edge by a cat hair. Let's see what the cards have to say. So anyway, I'm going to head out, So from the 4 of us, so we got a baby there. And we got Agita there. And we get the other baby is there, under the bed. So from the 4 of us, bye for now. I'll tape from outside when I'm out, and then when I come back, Bye for now. Hello everybody, I've arrived at this place, and several people have told me about it. It's a new sort of, mega plaza out in Erin Mills area in Mississauga, like western Mississauga, just on the border of Oakville. And there's and there's several plazas in here. It's not the only one, but there are a lot of Indian and Middle Eastern places like Aladdin's Shawarma Fusion, Biryani Boss, which is Indian, Chef G Indian, Jamaican House of Jerk, 5 Tara Indian, and there was a whole bunch of Middle Eastern ones that way, And then there's a New Barrars, but it's not a buffet. So the one I'm looking for is, I think, around here. I kind of drove right past it. I didn't see the sign, so I'll try that. But there's so many here to try, and so many Indian and Middle Eastern. So I'll find something, that's for sure. That must be the one I'm looking for around the corner. Looks like it. Afghan grill. No, that's not the one, but I could try it if I don't find the one I'm looking for. Anyway, bye for now. Just around the corner, it's parked there, a little bit further down where the white car is, and just past it, and just had to come around this way, and I drove right past it, I didn't see it, but there's an Afghan grill, there's this burger steak place, there's Bollywood Unlimited dine-in takeout, and the one I was looking for, Asli Shawarma, and I just saw, good reviews online, and they seem to have a Sunday special. So I'm here at the shawarma place. I'm having that chicken kebab with rice and french fries and Caesar salad. I'll talk more when I get outside. The food wasn't all that great, but it was okay, and the people were nice, So, and there's a whole bunch of places here. Whole bunch of places all the way around this way, Sorry, the lady just came out as I was saying that. I hope she didn't hear me, because I told her the food is very good. But it's okay. It's pass and pull. So many places here. I probably wouldn't go back there. An eggless cake shop. Vegan cakes, good party favors. That means something completely else. It's a completely different thing in the underworld. But here it just means party favors. Yeah, I guess eggless cake is for the strict vegetarians, people who don't eat eggs. And then we've got all kinds of places here. The plaza is huge. I saw it from that side. It goes it goes for like half a mile. And this is 5 Tara Indian cuisine. Tara actually is the Indian word for star, so it's 5-star Indian cuisine. These people are like filming something, so they wanted me to walk around. I'm like, fine, I'm fine. Maybe they're doing a podcast or something. And there is a pizza Karachi. It's like pizza Napoli. Pizza in Karachi. I don't know. So Biryani Boss, I would like to try that sometime. Aladdin's Shawarma Fusion. So there's so many places here. I will come and try. There's another, there's Indian, Middle Eastern, Yaron Kada. I don't know what that means. But anyway, so, yeah, 50% all fall wraps. Why didn't I come here? I should have come here. This is like, this is a little busier, Now available chicken. So maybe I should get a wrap to go. All wraps, November 3rd, 4th, and 5th. So I don't know, maybe I'll try that. I gotta want to go for evening, for a late night or for tomorrow. I have food left over, so I don't know. I'll just walk around a little bit, and then maybe stop at PetSmart, or I'll do it tomorrow. Bye for now. Carl Karaoke Quickie, and a friend of mine really likes karaoke, regular. So maybe these are the same people. I don't know. All kinds of places here. That's what a lot of people had recommended this to me. I guess I see why now. And there's a bars, but it's not a buffet. I guess the biggest thing of all is that I'm still clear. We're so close, but I'm still clear. Dosa, thali, chaat, and then this is just one of the plazas. There's several. And the plazas keep going that way. Donair, there's a lot of Middle Eastern, a lot of Indian. Mainly Middle Eastern and Indian, So, and that's the bars, the new bars, but it's not perfect. So, there's a Middle Eastern, I've never had palm bites, gourmet dates and dessert. They have like a Turkish baklava. They have Arabic ice cream, which I've never had. So, I don't know if I'm going to try that. We'll see, The plazas just keep going and going. There's one on this side, and there's another one on that side, and one down there. So I'll just take a quick look. It's getting a little coolish, but at least I'm sober. Don't know how I made it, but I made it. So just maybe I'll find something else to eat. So many places here, just a snack or something. I don't know. There's like a pizza. Probably Indian pizza, like that Karachi place. Anyway, red chili, Hakka Chinese cuisine. I'm gonna try that sometime. So anyway, lots of stuff. Bye for now. At least I feel better. Bye for now. Hey, I was walking back to the car, and there's this place is Shawarma Fusion. It's like Aladdin Shawarma Fusion. And I saw a sign saying all wraps today 50% off. So you got like a $10 chicken shawarma wrap for $5 plus tax and tip. So I'm like, okay, I'll have this instead of dessert. Or I'll have a bit of it and I'll save the rest of it for later, because my late night snack after I edit and post. And I think I'm going to skip the PetSmart today because it's getting kind of late and I don't want to rush. And that'll be a project for tomorrow. And the special is good until the point special is good until Tuesday, I think, until the 7th, 8th. Very busy, and I don't know how they keep track of. They keep getting the chicken ones and the beef ones, and then they call out the number. They've already put all the stuff on it, so I've been waiting for quite a while. I just don't mix it up, which is I think I'm the only person getting one wrap. Everybody else is getting like multiple ones. There's beef, and there's chicken, and there's kebab, and there's so he's wrapping it up now. I don't know whether they can keep straight which one is, the chicken. Yeah, see, and then they get so much oil on the 21. That's me. To go, please. Got it. Thank you. Okay, I'm having the chicken shawarma wrap. It's good. It's quite good. Kind of Swedish sauce. I think it has extra hot sauce, but as long as it's chicken, and it's quite good. It's kind of crispy. We're so busy there. I think that they overdid the toasting part a little bit, but it's okay. You can see all the brown, But it's good. I mean, it's half price, like $5. So I'm gonna have some of it now. I'm gonna keep the rest of it for later after I edit and post, hopefully. So just drug march on the way back, and then back to the kids, edit and post. Bye for now. Hello everybody, just got home a few minutes ago, and Agita is nicely settled there, and both the babies are here on the floor of the dining room. So we can, one of the babies is there, and we've got the other babies there, and I'm just going to sit on the ego chair because I'm going to select a tarot card. Now, I'm wearing my Nutty Professor t-shirt. I was going to wear the Cocaine Santa one, but I think I'm going to keep that for the winter solstice season podcast. So, I'm going to sit here and I get my, I've already shuffled. I took them out of the thing and I did a Nutty Professor shuffle. I don't know if that's how you're supposed to do it, but it ends up being pretty random. I kind of go like, and I shuffle, so I did for like 5 minutes. So I think they're shuffled. So I'm going to pick that in a second. Now, I have taped some footage while I was at that that big plaza with all the Middle Eastern and Indian restaurants. So there's more to explore there. And I do have in that plastic bag on the stove, I do have leftover shawarma, wrap and shish taouk for later, much later. I had a donut and a coffee on the way back. So, and I stopped to get cola. So, and I'll leave the PetSmart for tomorrow's project. It was already 7 by the time I left that shawarma place. I wouldn't have made it. And I'll keep that as a project for tomorrow. Anytime before the 8th, I think I can get the extra points if you spend $100. So I don't know what to say. I mean, I've been talking a little bit. I've taped less, I think, this time around than usual, just because when the pulls are so strong, I don't have the energy to tape, and also I don't want to go into the details of the pulls and what they are, and checking online and that kind of thing. There's just too much detail, and I don't want to do that publicly because there's question, the sort of legal issues. Even though I know that the whole websites and the online stuff, law enforcement knows about all of that. They monitor it, So I wouldn't be giving away any real secrets, but still, I'd rather not go into that here. I write about it, and if I ever publish, it can always go, oh, it's been fictionalized, or names have been changed, or names of websites have been changed, and stuff like that. I can do all that, and present it as fiction. This way, I don't really have the option of doing that, so I rather not go into it. So I'll just say that there are polls, and there are ways to access without actually, but once you start accessing, it pulls you deeper and deeper in, and it's hard to actually not go that next step, So that's as much as I want to say about that. But I was kind of accessing. I was kind of seeing what's out there, So that's and that's when the pulls are really, 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 really strong, which they have been. Very strong, on and off. Well, mostly on during the week, and then a little bit of reprieve yesterday with the writing, and then it was like maximum again this morning, just maximum, So 11 out of 10, as I said. So, but somehow I made it. I made it by a cat hair. Probably have a cat hair radius of where I can pick up and show. I mean, that's how narrow it was, and of course. I mean, the kids are my biggest pushes, and then I've had some contact with friends, some texts and emails, and basically just battling it, by myself here, going out for the beers. They help up to a point, but I think after Friday they weren't going to help anymore, and it's 2 beers. It's 2 beers. 3 maximum if I'm not driving, and 2 if I'm driving, and spaced out, and lots of food, and then time before I drive. So I'm careful about that at least. And but the 2 beers with lunches, particularly when I'm not driving, 2 or 3 beers, they help up to a point, and then they don't help anymore. And also when they wear off, the pulls are just as strong as they were before, if not more. And then on top of it, I don't feel good. I feel kind of queasy and nauseous, and I don't like the buzz of booze. I don't like the taste of booze. But for a little while, with a lot of food, it does provide a bit of a buzz. And I guess a bit of a buzz is better than nothing. And it takes a tiny little bit of the edge off of the cravings. But, and I've discussed this before, so I'm not going to go into it more. But over the weekend, I didn't, when the pulls were that strong, the booze wouldn't help. It would just make things worse. So, from Friday on. Yesterday, as I said, I did write, and then today, maximum! It's unfucking believable how strong they are. If you have not, I've used this metaphor before, and I've used all kinds of different, metaphors, werewolf, inner dragon, inner party person, all of that stuff. I've used all of the various, metaphors. it really, it's the only way I can convey to people who haven't experienced this. It feels like a possession. It's like obsession, compulsion, possession, So it's and I've had some theories, but, the different approaches and the whole Jungian, which it worked for me for a while. It was only a guide. And then there too, Campbell. I mean, my analyst, that was a final straw for me when he goes, oh, Campbell says that you have to have a path too. And I'm like going, I didn't go into all of that with him because there's no point. We're on different pages. So I just ended the analysis after that, But, he didn't seem to get that I am forging my own path. It's difficult. It's risky. It's very hard, but it's my own path. It's not Campbell's path. I mean, I was only using that. The hero metaphor is a metaphor. And the whole Jungian thing with the shadow and the anima and the confronting and the this and the that. Yeah, it's all metaphors and, and in dreams, the unconscious. I've had a lot of dreams, by the way, just wild. But, and then the Jungians go, when you're, if you have water in dreams, that's the unconscious. And if you have, if you're urinating in a dream, that's like feelings, it's like pee is feelings, and and I've had all those kind of dreams, and I've had dreams of partying too, and I've had dreams of all kinds of things from childhood, and I've had dreams of teaching, and dreams of peeing, and dreams of Niagara Falls, and I've had all kinds of dreams, like weird dreams, but again, the analysis part, yeah, I do my own thing. But, yes, to a certain degree, it helps to have a framework. Yes, water is the unconscious. It can be the unconscious. It's one way of looking at it. But I felt that was becoming rigid. I kind of feel that whole Jungian thing, it's sort of become, it's a framework. It's almost like a religion. And it's the closest I think I have ever come to, following a tradition or a spiritual path or religion, with the shadow and the anima and the individuation and the self, fairly similar, individuation, self-actualization. There's Buddhist stuff in there. There's Eastern stuff, as I used to talk about in a models of personal growth course that I taught a long time ago, where we compared the East and the West, and there have been dreams of teaching as well lately, So anyway, even the dreams, I do my own thing, but I'm like not going to, it's been sort of a relief, I'm not saying my analyst was a bad analyst. He was a good analyst, but it wasn't working for me. It hasn't for a long time, long time. So I'm just kind of doing this on my own, and the whole dream thing, again, I kind of do it on my own, I don't want to be locked into this is, even though the analyst was, they have this thing, what does it mean to you? That's the analyst way of doing it. And what does the water mean to you, or whatever, I don't know, but it's like it's just kind of, that's been a relief, not to have to deal with that kind of being pushed into a framework, and I felt that there was judgment there. I mean, there's always, I judge myself, but and a lot of my previous friends, the ones that I felt were being judgmental, they're not friends anymore. They're just kind of, I have a few friends now that I'm in contact with email and text, some more regularly than others, but, they're there. But, and my analyst was like, oh, you have to have this, and you have to have a support group, and you have to set up something on Facebook for, like a support group, but not 12-step if you don't want to go 12-step, but you have to have a group. And that's why I went on to base Facebook temporarily, but I went right off it, I ended up meeting up with a couple of people that I knew from my past that I'd lost contact with. But, and then I got off Facebook because I'm not going to do that, in theory, on paper, yes, and it makes the most sense. People who are also experiencing the same thing that you are, that whole self-help group, it makes the most sense because they will, as I said, as I just said, if you haven't been through it, you're not going to understand what the cravings are. But their way of dealing with it, the whole, you gotta give your cravings to the higher power, you gotta give in to the higher power, you gotta do this, and you gotta apologize, and you gotta do this, and you gotta do this, and you gotta, and then once you've admitted what a piece of shit you are, and you've apologized to everybody, and you said you're so weak, and you have to, the only way for you to get rid of your cravings is to pray to the higher power, take them away, because that's the only way. And once all that's been done, then you have to go out and convert others. You have to help the suffering addicts. That's the 12th step. And I'm like, it's a freaking religion, even though they're very defensive about that. And the one NA meeting I went to, the guy said to me, this was like 7 years ago, the guy said to me, if you don't follow our thing and go to 3 meetings a week and you don't chant and you pray, you're going to die. And I've said this before, I said, if those are the only 2 options, to chant and pray and become a zombie or death, I would take death. And I've said this before, and my analyst didn't seem to get it. He said, oh yeah, no, it's not for you, but he read out the steps to me. It was just I kind of wish I'd fired him many years ago. Anyway, I don't want to keep going on about that, even though it was important, and there's transference and countertransference, and there's streams of the analyst too, and there's thoughts about him. But it was for 28 years, so that was a big thing, But I don't think I think my only regret about that was that I didn't do it sooner, So that's all I have to say. So, but those are the kind of thoughts I've been having lately, and a bit, because I'm trying to come up with my own framework and my own thing, and what and where the cravings are coming from, and how to do them, and not chanting and praying, and not necessarily doing it that accepted way. So that's all. That's all I have to say. Now let's pick a tarot card. Okay, I didn't set up the whole thing with the I have that light thing in the stand, and it's just too much trouble, and to light to set it up on here and do all that and turn on the light. I'm just holding it, just doing it handheld. So I'm just I have shuffled for some reason. Okay, this one, my finger was on it, and it was kind of speaking to me. So let's have a look. The Hierophant. I picked this recently as well, and I shuffled very, very thoroughly. I did another professional shuffle, but I shuffled a lot, and I took it from the middle. So let's just quickly read the Hierophant. Okay, I'm just going to read it on my other phone, which it's hooked up for Wi-Fi, but I can't. It's not a phone, but I can use it for these purposes. So it says, the Hierophant is where we have Hierophant is the masculine counterpart to the High Priestess, and I picked that one too recently. So he is also known as the Pope or the Teacher in other tarot decks, and is ruled by Taurus. The Hierophant is a religious figure sitting between 2 pillars of a sacred temple. Though this temple differs from the one in which the High Priestess sits. He wears 3 robes, red, blue, and white, a 3-tiered crown, both representing 3 worlds over which he rules: the conscious, the subconscious, and the superconscious, uber-conscious. In his left hand, left is significant, he holds the papal cross. They talk about the left-hand path. He holds the papal cross as a triple scepter that signifies his religious status. He raises his right hand in a religious blessing, 2 fingers pointing, whatever, crossed keys. Now, the whole thing here is, and it's very, very close to what I was just talking about. The upright, which is what this is, upright spiritual wisdom, religious beliefs, conformity, tradition, institutions. I was just talking about them, I was just discussing them, and the reversed. And that's actually, the reversed is what I'm aiming for: personal beliefs, freedom, challenging the status quo. But I guess it's how you challenge it, and that's I think where we're going now. Let's quickly look at another one. Okay, from what I was reading, it seems that the reversed one is the one that kind of applies more to me, or, but they say you've lost a lot of control, flexibility, you have a strong-willed desire to regain control, break free from the shackles of convention. You are tempted to try unorthodox approaches or to function in a way which defies social ties and norms. The Hierophant reversal meaning is mostly questioning certain traditions, making sure that whatever it is that you do is the right thing for you in the certain moment. Now, I picked the other one. I don't think, as far as I can tell, mine is upright. Doesn't matter. I mean, not to take any of this literally, not to take Jung or, Campbell or any of this shit literally. This is like, it's, or the metaphor is the protective donkeys. And I'm kind of questioning the protect. My friend sent me a text, a very nice text saying that, she's wishing me the protective donkey energy. But after seeing this donkey in that useless farm, it's a series of videos that I watch, this woman who has a farm. The donkey's very needy. He's like a lap donkey, and he's very insecure. I'm not sure that donkey, Doug, would be much of a protection. But anyway, we got all the little symbols there. Again, not to take any of this literally, It's all symbolic, And when I first, had my BAST things like several years ago, my analyst was like, "Oh, that's your higher power," and that whole higher power, lower power, whatever power. Yeah, this is the whole thing. Is traditions, spirituality, inner, outer. I prefer inner, outer. The whole. So, but anyway, I'm going to keep working on that. So for now, it's just something to keep in mind. So it's going to be day by day. It's been very tough, but this is a good card. I pulled it again. I pulled it recently, so obviously there's if one again. Not to take it literally, but if one sees anything at all in this, then symbolically there are issues that I'm dealing with. In terms of structures and traditions and doing things my own way, or how to interpret things and so on. That's pretty much as I think I can do for today. Wish me luck, guys. This has really been. I just can't express how tough it is when the pulls are at the maximum. But I've somehow made it 13 weeks. So we're going to go for 14. And hopefully next week, there might be some progress at the house if we can get an appointment with the plumber. So it's one day at a time, from the four of us. So from one baby there, and Agita there. So from the four of us, and myself, of course. So from the three kids and myself, the nuttiest, craziest professor to ever walk the face of the fucking earth. Bye for now.